What's up, guys? We got another video, staining. This seems to be my forte. We've got a beautiful body here, flame maple top. The only problem I have with this top is that it is off center. So right here is the line and it's not in the center of where the bridge is. Having built thousands of guitar bodies, I can see that this is just off center. And then when they glued up the top, they left too much run out on this side. So it's missing the big pop because they probably should have taken a little bit more of this to get the flame to pop. Having said that, this is a beautiful piece of wood. It's cherry and basswood as a back. We're going to do a Brock burst here today. Beautiful top, really screaming for that. The owner of this took advantage of my guitar stain sale and said, "You're the artist, do what you want." So Brock burst it is. Beautiful figuring. It's really tight here. Expands out, and then it's got a little bit of run out here. We've got a blemish here, so what we'll do is we'll wash the color up here to kind of hide these blemishes. So we'll do darker up here, and then we'll just stain the back and the sides a brown. So we've got a bunch of colors from Angelus here today. Black to really darken up the sides, yellow for the middle, orange to help pop it in the mid-center, and then maybe a little bit of red on the outside. I've got brown and dark brown. So what we're going to do first is apply the yellow in the middle to get it to pop, and then we'll go with the darker colors, bringing it in. I really want to make sure that I hold this light. If I darken this up too much, I'm not going to be able to get that color out. And we'll just do one color on the back. This body needed a little bit of work. There were some divots. I posted a video on me picking up a couple of the spots where the wood gets indented. And so we're all set. So we'll go with some yellow. We got clean gloves, an old t-shirt that's been washed hundreds of times. Again, Angelus dyes. Shake those dyes up. This body was sanded to 320 to get it clean. And that's what I want to maintain, is that figure in the center. The yellow will help really keep it clean. I wish they had rerouted this to keep the figure, but that's not on me. As you build enough bodies, you kind of know what you're looking for when you're building them, especially to stain them. Basswood is going to absorb a lot of the dye. A little bit of a glue right there. I tried to clean this up. Sometimes it's not perfect. Doing yellow on the back just so we can get the highlights, and when we go darker, I'll pull that yellow around and play with the color just a little bit. Alright, done with the yellow. Move to a brown. Again, I use these feather motions. I used to do the swirl, but I like doing the feather because it kind of gives it more of a natural look in terms of airbrushing. I used to call these poor man's bursts. No one really liked that. Get that shading right. We'll add a little bit of red. I don't think I'm going to add any black. The brown is pretty dark. Again, once you add red in, you lose the ability to pull it out. That's the base of red. I'm gonna go back with a little bit of dark brown now and wash the red out on the sides. Kind of mutes it. We're using the brown rag. This helps darken it all up. The red adds a lot of, I'd say, flavor to this. So now we'll come back with the yellow and wash this again. We'll pull the colors going back out to the outside. Reusing the rag. I know I got a lot of other color on here, but this now washes all that together. You can see the brown then move in. What we're going to do is take the yellow, a clean yellow rag now, and once more wash it out. So we mixed all the colors on the center. And now this is the cleanup. I've hidden the mark's pretty good. Wash it on the outside. It's looking really, really good. We'll come back and add a little bit more dark brown on the outside. This is where I'll add black sometimes to really darken the sides. Might still do that on the second go around. Just going for that teardrop look. That's looking great. Got the red pulled to the center, yellow pushed it back out. We'll hit some dark brown on the sides now, and then leave it. You got to be careful when you're doing the sides that when you put this down and you flip it back, you don't get the dark colors in the center of this. It's definitely dark, but the trick is to let this sit. Stop correcting it and try and get the sanding to help even out the colors. So we'll let this sit. And I'll show you what the sanding and a little bit of red will help get this to pop. We'll leave the back to do another time. We'll get some cardboard down so we don't get some cross contamination. This is looking good. I can see some strokes, and I just want to clean that up. All right, leave it. All right, so we sanded off with 400 grit sandpaper, and now we're gonna play. This is sometimes where the magic happens. We've got orange, and I didn't think I was gonna use orange, but it needed a little bit to wash all this together. So remember, we've got the red and the brown. That's it. I'm going through the orange in the center because I'm going to hit it once more with yellow. But I wanted to wash all the colors together once. You can see how much color I picked up after sanding. But this really pulls it all together. We will take one of the rags. Let's cover this up. Got a little bit of color bleeding here. We'll clean it up with some sandpaper if we have to. But this is the old yellow rag. And I will just wash out a little bit of that orange. Orange is really the blender. Evens out all the colors. So much color being picked up. So there's a little bit of discoloration right here, which I'll have to sand. Maybe a little bit here. But I'm really happy with this. I thought it was a little bit too dark. Some of you guys that know me probably said the same thing. And so sanding it out really helped. A lot of this is just back and forth. This is the orange. That's a little light. Let's take one of the old brown rags with a little bit of yellow. Just reactivate it. Like so. This is the one spot that I thought was a little bit too dark. Let's play with it. A little bit more even, so when we sand it one last time with the yellow, it'll pop. Leave it. This is the final bit of color. Use the steel wool and a little bit of sanding just to lighten it up, just a tad. The dark is perfect, but we want the yellow to pop. So we've got a clean rag and some clean gloves. And we're just gonna put one more coat of yellow on. This will get it to pop. So we're gonna start in the center, like so. I am dog watching. And that is a Brockburst. See how much I pick up. That is perfect. All right, so Next up is sanding sealer. That's all this is, just a quick yellow. We're looking really good. There's a little bit of tear out there. But everywhere else, I think we're looking really, really good. Some Mohawk pre-catalyzed sanding sealer. First coat is very light. Coat 2, sanding sealer again. After a couple coats of sanding sealer, here we are. I'm really, really happy with this. Way better turnout than I thought. I was a little concerned when I had the yellow down first and then the dark on the outside. It just wasn't blending right. I was worried about this center line here with the coloring. But as I worked through it, it ended up looking really nice. The dark red and brown melt into the yellow, and then I've got a little bit of just coloring. There's a little bit more tear out in here than I would like, but as he puts a coat of something on it, we should get rid of it. The blemishes completely disappeared, although there's some voids in the wood I can see, so as he finishes, it'll be good. The back ended up just like a back should. We got the alder and basswood to just kind of match. Not really sure what to do sometimes on the back. The full binding on the side is a lot harder to do than what I show sometimes. It requires a little bit of work. I'd say the one thing I was a little bit unhappy with is some of the glue that was left on the body. I put a lot of time sanding the body, and this body had a little bit of run out in certain spots. I'm kind of expecting these to come to me in a little better shape. Kind of disappointed with other guitar builders out there that would ship a body that has all this mess still. I mean, the last brown one we did, the router lines were still in it. So I have to rethink how I look at sanding. For me, sanding is perfect 320 all the way around. And I can just stain the top and then let them figure out the back, but the guitar body's got to be prepped. So I have to figure that one out in my head. I haven't figured that out yet. But again, if you need a body stained, I'm going to leave it at the 99 bucks because it's a way to generate videos for me and engagement. So if you need a body stained, I got you. 99 bucks, cover the shipping and whatnot. Love doing these colors. I got a guy asking to do a turquoise one right now, and I've got a LP kit that I'm sitting on as well. And staining for me is great. I love doing this work. So thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video.